what Satan wants is worship.
Worship.
So he said, then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship Yahweh thy Elohim, and him only shalt thou serve. See, he bring it down to the gist. He said, look here, man, it is written, only one person you could worship. Only one person you could worship, and this person made his name coming out of mystery. You see? He made his name coming out of mystery. He said to Moses, Moses, you know, he was tense. He said, tell them a higher sent you. Moses said, whoa. He said, you go and tell them that a higher Yahuwah, your Elohim, the Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, tell them I send you.
Yes.
There's only one name. The Father said, I come. But I come to bring a reward to those that will listen.
Yes.
So we understand that Satan wants worship.
That's what he wants.
He wants your worship.
Ain't no good.
Let's go to Revelation chapter 1. Satan wants your worship. Revelation chapter 1 says, the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach which Elohim gave unto him to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angels unto his servant John. So we see here everything coming down from the Father.
From the Father.
He said, look here, man. I gave it unto him. Say, my son, go show your servant what can happen in my day. Yeah, let John write these things down. Go show it to him for me. Because people ain't understand. You see, people got to understand. In the beginning of creation, the Father created 22 kinds, including man and woman. He created 22 things. From the first day to the sixth day, all of creation was 22 different kinds he created. The cattle and the man and the woman, 22 things. The Hebrew alphabet only have 22 letters. You might ask yourself, where did the 4 come from? But we know that one of them that was added in 1630 was the letter J. Then they invented the hop to go on to the I. Deception. 22 things created in the beginning. The alphabet had 22 letters. The Hebrew alphabet. And Revelation got 22 books. You see why they call it the beginning and the end? The Alpha and the Tau. He started it in the beginning with creation, and in the end he can end it right. Verse 10 says, I was in the spirit on Yahweh's day and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet. Now, this Yohanan speaking. He was in the spirit. He was in the spirit. It says, I came to be in the spirit on the day of Yahweh, and I heard behind me a loud voice as of a trumpet. Now we know when we hear this particular text, most of the Sunday churches will say, okay, that day he was in the spirit was Sunday. You see, they can say, but that day he was in the spirit was a Sunday. Right. Then the Adventist churches say, oh no, that day he was in the spirit was the Sabbath day. That is even written in Ellen White book. See, that's how you know them, you know. See, if you don't understand, the Father said, my people listen, but they don't hear. He trying to talk to them through his servant, but they don't want to listen because they despise you. They think you're nobody. You see, but if you don't apply the way the Father said, love your enemies and pray for them that hate and despise you, so you know what that means? You shouldn't have nobody on your bad side. Bitch, you shouldn't have nobody on your bad side. So he said here, when he came to be in this day, I want you to know it wasn't the Sunday that they call Sabbath, because Sunday is the first day of the week, and it wasn't the Sabbath day, which is the rest day, because this is a day of wrath, and the Sabbath is a day of peace and rest. And I can prove it to you right now. Teach. Let's go to Amos chapter 5. Let's go to Amos chapter 5 and verse 16. He said, I was in on Yahweh's day. I want you to know he has his day. You don't think you tear his son to pieces for nothing though. This is what people don't understand. They think they tear his son to pieces for nothing.
Is 18.
The father just waiting. He said, I can deal with all of y'all. All of y'all. So we got to come back to the knowledge of the truth.
Yes.
Amos chapter 5.
18.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 16. Amos chapter 5 and verse 18.
Yes.
Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? That's a question.
Yes.
The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. See, I want you to understand that verse 10 of Revelation, he said, I came into the Spirit on Yahweh's day. See, he has his day.
Yes.
His day to deal with all of y'all who reject his son.
Yes.
Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13. See, let's make sure we got this right. Isaiah chapter 13. Number 9. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Teach.
This is the day of Yahweh. This is what he's trying to tell the people. Man, my day coming, man. You all don't understand. You all jumping up in church. Well, come, master, come. Say, you all know what you all talking about. You got to first understand the word. You got to first stand on truth. But you want to live in falsehood. Obadiah. Obadiah, verse 16 says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? 16 says, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the earth drink continually. They shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Yes.
Yoel, let's go to Yoel. Yoel chapter 1 and verse 15 says, dealing with the day of Yahweh. Alas, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, and has destruction from the Almighty shall it come. You see, they keep saying at hand because it ain't reaching.
Yes.
But it's coming. What he's trying to do is prepare his people. He's trying to save his people before this day comes. See, if you want the wrong side when this day comes, brother, woe be unto you. If you want the wrong side when this day comes, woe be unto you. It ain't going to be no escape. Revelation chapter 6, verse 15 and 17. Let's hear what this says. And the sovereigns of the earth, and the great ones, and the rich ones, and the commanders, and the mighty, and every slave, and every free one, hid themselves in the caves, in the rocks of the mountain, and said to the mountain and rock, fall on us and hide us from the face of him sitting on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, because the great day of his wrath has come, and who is able to stand? So I want you to understand that what they are talking about here, Yohanan was given a preview of what was to take place. And as he was on the island of Patmos, he was told to write all these things down. And Yohanan wrote everything down in Revelation, 22 books. So as we go through, you will see what he is writing. But the Father is saying, look here, my day is coming. See, this was a preview that he let Yohanan see. He said, let him see what can take place. That's why when Yohanan come back, he was like, hey, y'all don't understand that. Y'all, people take this for a joke. That's why the Father said, woe unto you that listen to a man and not the scriptures. The blind leading the blind. He said, beware, love your enemies, pray for them that hate and despise you, because the very one you hate could be the one I sent to save you. Because sin can't enter here no how. It's cheaper I send him so you can try. Hopefully you'll break that condition. Or you just can lose yourself. Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3. Verse 17 to 22 says, because you say, rich I am, and I am made rich, I need none at all, and do not know that you are wretched and pitiable and poor and blind and naked. See, that's the condition of Israel today. They think they're rich and they don't need nothing. They got one piece of car in their front yard. They got one 3-story house. They cover bedroom. But what you don't understand, that is nothing. Man, if Solomon come back and say, look, Solomon had 700 wives, 300 concubines, and he said, look here, all is vanity of vanity. The only thing that matters is to stand on the truth of the word.
Commandments.
You see? And the Father put a spirit in you that when his servants speak, you can have to understand to see. They can connect.
Gotta connect.
See, the problem I see with Israel today, when they reach in some area they feel like they reach, there's no higher for them to go. They ain't learning nothing.
Wow.
They close the Father up in that little box.
Teach.
But it said that the heavens of heavens cannot contain him. So when the Father said, you come out, I have something to do for you, how you going to say, you got to go? If you say you serve him, now you're serving the devil. That's it. 18, I advise you to buy from me gold refined in the fire, so that you may become rich, and white garments, so that you become dressed, so that the shame of your nakedness might not be shown. And anoint your eyes with ointment, so that you see. As many as I love, I reprove. He said, man, you got to anoint your eyes. The people blind. The people blind. So be at it and repent. See, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and open the door, I shall come into him and dine with him, and he with me. To him who overcomes shall I give to sit with me on my throne, as I also came and sat down with my Father on his throne. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies. See, the Father wants us to hear. Too many times we listen. You know, when I was in the whole house, I would always sit down there, and as soon as I reach up by the vehicle, I used to wonder why I forget the whole message. Because it was nothing but foolishness. 99.999 foolishness. That's all it was. Revelation chapter 9. Let's get into the meat of the matter. Let's find out who the mark of the beast is.
Teacher.
Let's see who this is the whole world worshiping. Revelation chapter 9. It said, and the fifth messenger sounded, and I saw a star from the heaven which had fallen to the earth, and the key to the pit of the deep was given to it. And he opened the pit of the deep, and smoke went out of the pit like the smoke of a great furnace. And he was darkened, and the sun was darkened also. Darkened also the air because of the smoke of the pit. And wherever smoke is, there's usually fire.
Yes.
And out of the smoke locusts came upon the earth, and authority was given to them as the scorpions of the earth possess authority. See, I want you to hear the word. I want you to see what Yohanan was right. I want you to see what the Father... Now remember now, we say this day Yohanan was the day of wrath. You see, a lot of people want to liberalize this way, but he tell you this, the Father's day, when he comes to pay vengeance. He said, Yohanan, write down what you see. See, Yohanan telling you right now. And it was said to them that they shall not harm the grass of the earth, or any green matter, or any tree, but only those men who do not have the name of Elohim upon their foreheads. And it was given to them that they should not kill them, but to torture them for 5 months. Now I want you to see a little piece of the wrath of the Father here. You see those wicked people on the earth who refuse to listen to his servant, who refuse to accept truth, something coming for you. These scorpions, they can torment you for 5 months.
5 months.
And their torture was like the torture of a scorpion when it stings a man. And it says, in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it. You know what it is? You want to die and can't die. Could you even fathom that? You will be in a situation for 5 months. Why? Only because you reject the truth. And they shall long to die, but death shall flee from them. And the locusts, he gave me a description of how they look now. He said, and the locusts, they look like horses prepared for battle. And on their heads were crowns like gold. And their faces were like the faces of men. And they had hair like women. Watch this now. They had hair like women. Woman's hair. And their teeth were like lion's teeth. And they had breastplates like the breastplates of iron. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running into battle. See, this is the day of Israel that your